In response to the acquittal of the murderer of an unarmed Black child named Trayvon Martin, three radical Black organizers named Alicia, Patrice, and Opal created a Black-centered political will and movement-building project called Black Lives Matter. Alicia wrote 8 years ago, "Black people, I love you. I love us. Our lives matter." And Patrice answered, "Declaration. Black bodies will no longer be sacrificed for the rest of the world's enlightenment. I am done. I am so done. Trayvon, you are loved infinitely. Black Lives Matter." And Opal joined in. The project is now a member-led global network of more than 40 chapters. Members organize and build local power to intervene in violence inflicted on Black communities by the state and vigilantes. Black Lives Matter is an ideological and political intervention in a world where Black lives are systematically and intentionally targeted for demise. It is an affirmation of Black folks' humanity and our contributions to this society and our resilience in the face of deadly oppression. From Selma to Minneapolis to every corner of the globe, the struggle for freedom, justice, and peace continues. In 2020, at the height of the pandemic, when the world should have been trying to overcome COVID, more unthinkable acts against Black bodies happened. For those that could watch, they saw the brutal murders of Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, and George Floyd, just to name a few. This constant attack on Black people has bubbled to the surface across the globe. Black people have never and will never continue to stop fighting for equality and humanity. On the same day George Floyd was lynched by the police, a Black birder in Central Park was harassed by a white woman. This woman tried to weaponize calling the cops on a Black man and was recorded making a false emergency call. Luckily, Christian Cooper was able to make it out of Central Park alive on that day. This constant and systematic attack on Black bodies sparked a movement to highlight Black nature enthusiasts and increase the visibility of Black birders. Black Birders Week ran from May 31st through June 5th. The goal was to normalize the fact that Black people exist in the birding and outdoor spaces. 3 days after this week ended, Dr. Tanisha Williams sent out a tweet wanting to bring the same positivity and awareness to the botanical community. And these wonderful Black botanists showed up and continue to show up as the Black Botanist Week committee members. Here is one of our first planning meetings, and then the rest is history. The inaugural Black Botanist Week was held on July 6th through the 11th to promote, encourage, and create a safe space for and find more Black people and BIPOC who love plants. Black Botanist Week is a celebration of Black people who love plants. This plant love manifests in many ways, ranging from tropical field ecologists to plant geneticists, from horticulturalists to botanical illustrator. We embrace the multiple ways that Black people engage with and appreciate the global diversity of plant life. We saw an outpour of support from many different types of organizations and individuals. We also received a lot of press on our work. Because of the Black-in movements across disciplines and our many efforts to bring visibility to Black people in these spaces, Science named our collective movement as the runner-up for Breakthrough of the Year in 2020. Here is the dream team. Make sure you are supporting not only their social media platforms, but their incredible science works.
Hello, my name is Maya Allen, and I'm a PhD student at the University of New Mexico, and I'm one of the committee organizers for Black Botanist Week. And one of the major things that we've really emphasized through our outreach and our partnership with Holden Forests and Gardens is the Black Botanical Legacy. And that hashtag was actually created through inspiration from Judith Carney's book, In the Shadow of Slavery, Africa's Botanical Legacy in the New World. And what we're trying to do with emphasizing this particular theme is really rectify the erasure of Black contributions to the botanical sciences, and then also provide some more representations for what a scientist actually looks like. In my own personal journey as a student and as a scientist, I actually sought out this book because I felt disconnected from the contributions that my family may have made and from other Black people in the botanical sciences. And so that book really helped me validate myself in this space, but also in the face of adversity. And so what we're doing by bringing awareness and then also improving accessibility for incorporating Black scientists or Black contributions into the classroom and curricula is we're giving a whole entire lecture series that's been going on for over a year. And then we're also just providing that access through Twitter accounts and like threads of that information and book suggestions or paper suggestions to highlight the Black botanical legacy. And what do those connections mean with the botanical world in the Black community? Part of the reason that I continue to organize with Black Botanist Week is just that. It's improving the education of everyone. It's providing some representation for other Black students like myself, and it's also celebrating Black joy and our connections with plant life.
Hi everyone, my name is Itumeleng Morenyane, and I'm a recent PhD graduate from Institut Amartya Pierre in Montreal, Canada. Many years ago, during my master's studies, like many of my peers at the time, I struggled a lot with trying to figure out what was the next step. Where do I go? What kind of research do I want to do? And more importantly, choosing a supervisor. However, unlike many of my peers at the time, I also struggled with a sense of identity in science as a Black and a queer scientist. It wasn't until my first scientific conference that it all made sense. Seeing other Black scientists doing amazing work, other queer scientists doing amazing work, inspired me to stay in the field. It is for this and many other reasons I decided to get involved with the Black Botanist Week movement. This movement, personally to me, represents a platform in which you can promote and demystify botany and to highlight the work that's been done by amazing Black scientists throughout the world. I'm super excited to get involved with the movement again this year and to showcase what has been happening in the past year and to highlight other amazing Black scientists and botanists around the world.
I'm Beronda Montgomery. I'm really excited to be a part of the organizing committee for Black Botanist Week 2021 again this year. One of my greatest joys in being a part of this event is the opportunities that we have to share and celebrate global Black botanical legacies, both those that are historical and those that are still yet emerging.
Hi, I'm Brandy Cannon, and I'm going to tell you why Black Botanist Week last year was so awesome. some of the reasons why Black Botanist Week last year were so great was that I got to meet Black botanists. And that's saying after being involved in botany for like 10 years, I had never really come across someone who looked like me and shared my experiences both in and out of the field. And then we just had so many ways to share the things that we loved. So being able to see someone other than my mom and my grandmother in the garden, in the lab, that really meant a lot to me. So I cannot wait to meet every single other person that I have not met yet, and the relationships and the friendships that we've created in this, and then getting to go out and actually be in the field with people for fun. I can't wait to meet any and every one of you.
To be a part of Black Botanist Week is to be a part of the Black botanical legacy and the botanical legacy. It's an important theme that continues to show up in our work. It is important because Black people do the work and are often not given credit. There are many Black botanists that we will never know their names, and more that we are still trying to uncover. This is imperative for our collective memory. Knowing oneself and one's history is important, and knowing my Black botanical legacy is important to not only me as a Black woman, but to everyone listening and for future generations. I want to say that I was a part of building a future that not only highlights Black botanists and Black people and learns and respects Black botanists and Black people, but that also doesn't hide Black botanists and Black people, but recognizes and amplifies them.
I am Nakwanda Makunga, and many people call me Knox, and I come from South Africa, and I live in a little town called Stellenbosch. The inaugural Black Botanist Week left me with much joy, and this carried me through a rather difficult year that was 2020. I draw inspiration from being part of an incredible team of people who share a deep love for plants and nature in general, and whose mission is to bring greater visibility to hidden faces that participate in the world of botany. This year, I am particularly looking forward to an enormous amount of knowledge sharing and learning from those that may not necessarily be formally trained as botanists and who come from different parts of the world.
We are so excited to bring you this year's Black Botanist Week from July 26th to the 31st. This year we are going global.